Hey, Chad McNutt here with ResortsandLodges.com, welcoming you to Wine Country in California. Wine Country is famous for good food, picturesque landscapes, and wine. I know, who would have figured, right? Wine Country has wine that will rival even that of France and Italy. I know while I'm here I'm going to want to take a look at some wineries and vineyards. Let's see what we can find. When visiting Napa, you will notice the vineyards atop the rolling hills that stretch out as far as the eye can see, and quite often they lead you to a winery. The first winery I visited was Domaine Carneros, a beautiful winery with a view located in the southern reaches of Napa.
My name's Mike. I work here at Domaine Carneros. We make world-class champagnes and red wines. So Los Carneros is about 37,000 acres. 10,000 of those acres are planted, and we're lucky enough to own 350. This is where all the best Pinot Noir and Chardonnay is grown.
Mike explained that the main building was constructed in 1989 and designed after a classic 18th century French chateau. Domaine Carneros handpicks their grapes for higher quality wines. Mike explains why.
We get something they refer to as MOG. It stands for material other than grapes. That can be picked up by the machines, and the whole process of making the wines allows for some of that to actually be picked up. I mean, I'm sure the wines are just fine, nothing's wrong with them, but a lot of the grapes get crushed beforehand, and it's much better, obviously much more expensive to pick them by hand.
We then entered the building and were shown the tanks where the wine undergoes fermentation. Here we also started the tasting.
So once we get the juice, we go into these tanks here, and wine is made here. So base wine for sparkling wine. This has nothing to do with the creation of our red wines.
When we were finished in here, we went to another area for more wine.
This would be our premium wine, our high-end wine here. It's called Le Rêve, which translates to the dream. And it's a vintage 2002. Best high-end sparkling wine in the country, last 4 years in a row.
The bottle must be durable because during fermentation it undergoes a great deal of pressure.
It wouldn't be a great bottle for an old-time Western bar fight, you know, because you break the wooden table or the bar before you break the bottle.
Mike explained that one of the problems associated with yeast was how foggy it made the wine. Once yeast had done its job, there was no way to get rid of it, until riddling was invented. Riddling is a process of rotating the bottle of wine upside down until yeast rests on the cap. Wine used to be hand-riddled, but now most wineries use a machine. The wine is then cooled down, freezing the yeast sediment at the bottleneck. After that, the yeast is easily expelled using another machine. The last bottle sampled was Pinot Noir, at one of the best places in the world to grow the grape.
Please stop by and see us.
From there I went to Monticello Winery. Monticello is just north of the town of Napa, and is smaller than many of the other wineries in the area, but claims its own niche. Their Syrah was tasty, but the Cabernet was my favorite. Tours are also offered. When in the town of Napa, don't neglect their food. Napa Valley is world-renowned for having some of the best food and wine in the USA. My first stop was Zuzu. Zuzu serves Spain, Portugal, and Mediterranean food with a California flavor. Dishes are smaller and lower priced, so you have the opportunity to try many. If you are a vegetarian, you can also find Ubuntu on Main Street, a favorite restaurant in Napa with unique recipes such as the homemade frigola and chickpea fries. The farm at the Carneros Inn is another great location for food. The interior is elegant, as well as the outdoor lounge and patio. Great wine and dishes await you here. I had a delicious juniper berry marinated venison loin and a tasty dessert. Napa Valley is truly a unique area, with most shops and restaurants being original, and wine that few areas in the world can match. My advice, don't forget to visit Hungary. When in California, put Wine Country on your list of top destinations.